They keep bugging me with it. If you're just in, Luke is coming in here in a moment. If you're just in, please turn off your cell phones. Again, no video, no flash. And we'll start with a comment from Dan.
You ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Congratulate Vanderbilt. You know, it's just it's a really good team. They play clean. You know, they make you earn it. Wasn't easy to score off them the 2 times we played them. And so, you know, they get to move on. But I really want to focus on our team, our effort, and how much fun this was, you know, this entire season. So, you know, take a lead into the 9th. Man, Luke Smith, what a performance. And super proud of him and all these guys that, you know, fought hard. It's not easy to get this far, and there's a lot I want to brag on them in this meeting. So let me wrap up and let you guys ask these student athletes some questions.
Come on in, Luke. Thank you. We can close the door. Yeah, there we go. Okay, questions for the student athletes? Raise your hand. We'll get a mic to you, and we'll start here with Joe.
Joe Healy, Baseball America. Like Luke, who not only is efficient and effective, but wears his heart on his sleeve and really goes out there and attacks.
Yeah, I mean, Luke's done it all year for us. It's super fun playing behind him. You know, he's going to go out and give it his all, and his emotion plays on everybody, and it rubs off on you, and he just did his thing tonight, and it was amazing.
Okay.
Adam Sparks of Tennessee, and Luke, to follow that up, you and Julian Infante kind of had some words back and forth. I know you play with a lot of emotion. Is that something he said, or just the adrenaline in you? How did that come about?
That's just the adrenaline. You know, Vanderbilt's a great team, and I respect. You know, I love that part of baseball. When they got their big hit in the 9th, you know, they celebrate. That's how it goes. When I strike somebody out, I celebrate, and it's just the way it is.
Aaron.
Aaron Fitt, D1 Baseball. Luke, after you come back in the 8th, what kind of discussion did you have about going back there for the 9th? Did you kind of tell them, hey, I want to finish this thing?
I absolutely wanted it. You know, it's to pitch a complete game in the College World Series is something not very many people can say. I had confidence in myself going back out there, and you know, I'm appreciative of the pitching staff or the coaching staff believing in me. And you know, I left the ball over the plate, and guy put it in the right spot.
Cameron.
Justin, you've seen what Luke has been able to do in back-to-back elimination games for you guys. Just what does that speak to the future of what you guys have? I mean, you bring him back, Detmers and Bobby in that starting rotation.
Yeah, I mean, it's super exciting. Obviously, this one hurts, but looking ahead, it looks bright, and we got great players coming back, and it should be another great year next year.
Michael McCammon, 247 Sports. Justin, talk about this season. I mean, you guys have had the ups and downs. You fought with your backs against the wall many times. What does this team mean to you guys as a group?
Yeah, I mean, this team, it's just a special group. Amount of love we have for each other. We play for each other every game. In that regional, we had our back against the wall, and we all came together, and that was something special. Not a lot of teams can do that. Then we had it here, same thing. We came back and won a couple games, and super special group. So it was a great year.
Okay.
Matt McGavitt, Crunch Zone. Question for both Justin and Luke. Guys, all season you guys have sought out to be the so-called best team ever for Louisville baseball. Given you were the first Louisville team to win multiple games in the College World Series, do you feel like you've accomplished that goal?
Justin, you start, please.
That was actually the first thing Coach Mack said to our team, and that's what definitely brought on more waterworks for me, so thank you for that. But, yeah, I mean, that's something from day one. That was our goal, to be the best team he's ever coached, and to accomplish that, something super special, and it takes a special group. So,
Yeah, I'd say the same thing. It means the world to do that, and both of us coming back next year, we got a chance to do that again, and that journey. While this one hurts, a new journey starts. I love all these guys, and it hurts so bad because you grow to love these guys, and you spend seems like every hour of every day with them, sweating and just working hard and stuff, and it stings, but Coach Mack is one of the best, and he prepares everybody for whether you play pro ball afterwards or whatever you're doing in life, and I'm very appreciative of that.
Cameron.
Justin, you mentioned the run you guys have been on from the regional to now. Did that, when you guys have your backs against the wall, especially going into that ninth inning, the success you guys have had in those situations, that make you more confident you guys would pull this out eventually?
Yeah, I mean, we had all the confidence in our guys. We had a guy on second base with one out. I mean, we had a chance. We just fight. We fight till the last out, and we leave it all on the field, and that takes a special group, and we just couldn't get it done today.
Okay, any more questions for the student athletes? Guys, thank you. Congratulations. Great season. Thanks, Luke. Thanks. Okay, questions for Dan. Okay, I'm sorry, Cameron.
Dan, this group has been on a pretty crazy journey since the tournament started. Can you put into words just what this journey has been like for you to see them grow from where they were in the regional to where they are now?
I think your hope as a coach is that the kids buy in, and you work so hard the summer and the fall and the winter months that and a lot of things that we do in our program is for the postseason. So you might not understand it in February or March, but when the postseason starts, we want to be tournament ready, and when all that hard work comes together and guys play well, I mean, it's a good feeling. I know coaches get a lot of credit, but the kids got to buy in. I mean, at the end of the day, talented or not, they have to buy in, and they have to be able to execute and go out there and believe, and they did that. For that, I'm super proud. And as they said, I told them in the outfield, it's a goal. It's not easy when you come to the University of Louisville to be the best team ever. But with that being said, they can't be the best team ever if it's not for the 07 team, if it's not for all the players that I've coached, and honestly, probably those before them. I get a lot of pride from the alumni, and it's a program. You can't. It's hard to accomplish great things like that without being a great program, and that includes a lot of people. Obviously our administration, our support staff's amazing. Coach Williams, Coach Snyder, Coach Vrabel, Coach Mundorf. But it's also the people around our program, Emily and Zach and Pat and Chris Morgan and Doc, and there's so many people that spend so much time and effort to help these kids be the best that they can be. So, when you can make a run like this, 50-win season, +1 season, you win the ACC, you're the #1 seed in one of the best leagues in the country. It's a great feeling. I'm really proud of this group.
Okay, got Mark? Yeah.
Mike.
Dan, usually when you guys are talking in the outfield, you usually end it with, you haven't finished everything yet. When that yet comes to an end, what's the overall message to the guys when you guys are huddled out there?
I challenge them to keep their head high. I want to celebrate this group. Celebrate it with their teammates, celebrate it with their family, with their friends. When I say celebrate this group, I told the juniors and seniors, those that are going on the pro ball, how ready they are. The academic success they had. We're on 8 straight years, 16 straight semesters with a team GPA of a 3.0 or higher. Like, these guys get it done in the classroom. The community, they understand it's much more than just them. You know, they get involved in the community, and they should give back to a great community like Louisville, Kentucky. So, you know, as the saying goes, how you do anything is how you do everything. And, you know, I just wanted to celebrate this group out there. And I tell them, just like I said, I guess yesterday, I don't prepare. You know, I try to prepare, you know, scouting reports and pregame speeches and in the outfield, you know, but I try to never go to that place when the season ends. What am I going to say? How Coach Martin did what Coach Martin did, I guess he had a lot of time, you know, to prepare for that. He knew eventually it was going to happen, even if they won the national championship. So I was so impressed watching his locker room speech. But as I'm watching it, I'm going, man, I can't go there. Like, I can't prepare something. I can't write something down. I'm just going to have to wing it. You know, it's just going to have to come off the top of my head, because that's why I'm writing notes here as I'm sitting here, because I just didn't want to prepare for this. Just trust God. He'll give me the words, and I'll speak from the heart, and I'll celebrate this group. That's what I told him in the outfield.
Adam.
Dan, you've given Vandy two of his toughest games of the past 2 months. What makes them such a tough out for this next round?
Oh, you know, they do everything well. I think what's probably most impressive about this team, nothing against past teams. I mean, Tim's had a ton of great teams, but the lineup, man, it's such a really good lineup. I mean, yeah, the middle of the lineup beat us there, but, you know, they always got great pitching. They're always good defensively. They always have team speed. But I think this is one of the better lineups they've ever had. And that's not a knock on their past lineups. I mean, come on, they're pumping out great players every year. But this, to me, seems to be one of the most complete lineups. And they jam all those lefties in the lineup, and they're pretty good with their splits. It's not like they've got lefties that can't hit left-handed pitching. So, you know, the exciting thing is, you know, Tim gets to go against Eric, and, you know, that'll be something I'll hope for in the future, you know, that, you know, McDonnell can go against Lamonis, you know, coming from different brackets.
Dan, this is the second time in a row in an elimination game Luke's put up a performance like that. Two things for that. Just one, does that excitement kind of make you, does that performance make you excited for the future with that program? And did you ever think about pulling him in that ninth before the double? Yeah,
it's a great question. I mean, we're definitely excited about the future. We got a lot of talent returning, a lot of talent coming in. And but it's something Coach Williams and I, you know, we always discuss late in the game, and he's very respectful of my opinion, even though I'm going to, 99% of the time, I'm going to go with his thought. And I just felt really good. You know, I'd probably feel worse now if I took him out. We blow the lead in the ninth. And it's always, you know, hindsight, you don't know. But the way he was pitching, how he kept their hitters off balance. And even though it was emotional, that was him. That's how he pitches. And I go back to Josh Rogers. I told Sean Moth on the postgame radio show, we took Josh out. He's a big league pitcher now, and he was super emotional against Cal State Fullerton, like, you know, crossing the line. But it's college baseball, and we kind of let that slide a little bit. And he gave us like 6 or 7 innings, and I just remember thinking he's just too emotional, and let's take him out and trust our bullpen. And, you know, we ended up losing that game in like 11 innings, and, you know, I always kind of kick myself. You know, and that's the challenge in coaching, is you don't want to take your pitcher out too early, and you don't want to take him out too late. But I think I can sleep tonight. I thought it was, you know, you pitch Blade. I mean, you get the best hitter in the country out to lead off the inning. You close on Blade. Yeah, you know, I thought those pitches were close. I'm not saying they were strikes or not, but it wasn't like he was all over the place. And then your 3-hole hitter, hooks one down in the corner, and that's a tandem relay. I wrote in my game notes. I mean, that he's out at the plate if we make a clean relay. I mean, there's 2 outs with a runner on second. And as a coach, man, that always hurts because it's something we work on, every week, tandem relays. And so, you write that in your game notes, and it just reminds you next year you better work on those tandem relays.
Dan, thank you, and we'll see you next year.
Yeah, if I could just, let me thank Randy and Chad and the NCAA. Let me thank the baseball committee. Man, those ADs, they spent a lot of time, and I've gotten a chance to speak to that group, and that's a big commitment. Man, they're giving up days, weeks of their life, leaving their families to help run such a great event. And I'm biased, but I'd say this has got to be one of the greatest events in the country, and so blessed that we were a part of it. And I just want to thank everybody. Our media, man, they come out. Louisville's a great sports city, and I'm proud that we give them something to follow, especially this last month. You could follow us a little more in February. But I know basketball is going on, and I understand. But I do really appreciate their support and their attention, and for the fans that came out here, spent a lot of money, and dropped their schedule for all those back in Louisville, Kentucky, and following us on TV. I'm real appreciative. We got something special going here, and I don't want to ever take that for granted. And we're 13 years into this. Vandy might pass us. They keep winning games, but going into the season, we were the winningest program in all of college baseball, 12 years running. So I think we're going to be up there. I don't know if we'll hold on to the number 1 spot. And so for that, I give God the glory. He's blessed this program, and as I always end it, we'll be back. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Dan.
Bill, thanks. Very classy. Yeah, God bless.
Once again, if you're just joining us, please turn off your cell phones. We'll start with a comment from Tim.
Well, I thought it was very well played college baseball game. Certainly emotional for both sides. When you get to this point and you're trying to separate yourself from another championship team, because really all these teams right now are championship level, and Dan's team certainly is that. But I thought we got a very good pitching performance. We certainly had to stabilize their offense because runs were very expensive tonight. Luke Smith certainly pitched extremely well. He frustrated us. He was landing a lot of pitches. He was landing his off-speed pitches and secondary pitches, and we couldn't get anything going. We had some good base running in that one inning that we did score when Harry went first to third. But then just at the end, we got some very clutch hits. JJ finding first base and Ethan putting a good swing down in the corner. And JJ just getting around the bases on what was a very tough, close play. And then Patrick just putting the ball in play with 2 strikes with a guy at third base. But it was well defended, certainly ended emotionally. And, just a tough, well-played game by both sides.
Okay, we'll start with questions for the student athletes, and we'll start with Adam.
Adam Sparks of Tennessee, and this is for Pat. From us watching from afar, it looked like the shouting match between Smith and Julian in the 8th stirred you guys up a little bit. How much do you think that had to do with the rally in the 9th?
I think that's just competition. He was pitching a great game, and he was keeping us off balance, and he was feeling confident. So, in the middle of competition, you can't really say that he's being unsportsmanlike or anything like that. We try not to give energy to the other team. We know how that works, so we just try to recenter ourselves, come back, and focus the energy on us. And we came out on the right side.
Okay, Aaron.
Chris Lee at Vandy Sports. Ethan, can you walk us through that last at bat and what's going through your head as he's pitching to you?
Yeah, hats off to him. He pitched a really good game. His pitch count was, I think, over 110. So, he went deep into that game and walked JJ on some close pitches. But I knew that, he was close to his end, and so I just wanted to get a pitch that I could handle. I wasn't going to expand for him or chase or anything like that. And got in a hitter's count and just got the pitch I was looking for and put a barrel on it.
Now, Aaron, I'm sorry.
All right, Aaron Fitt, D1 Baseball. Ethan, just to kind of follow up on that, you'd already seen him 3 times. I think he struck you out a couple times. That 4th time through the lineup, do you feel like having seen him already, 3 times in the game, did that give you a little extra insight into how to attack him, and what did he wind up giving you there?
Yeah, anytime you can see a pitcher 4 times, it helps. It doesn't matter who it is, but at the end of the day, I was just going to go with my approach and my plan, and I wasn't going to give him anything on the corners or anything like that. I was just going to look for a good pitch to hit, and that's just what I got. I got a heater, pretty center cut, and just put a good barrel on it.
Let's see. Whoever gives. Okay, that's good.
Max Schneider, Vanderbilt Hustler. Pat, Ethan, last year in the Super Regional in Game 3, you guys had the 2 big hits in the bottom of the 9th. Still just wasn't enough to pull it out this year. 9th inning, the 2 of you guys do it again. What does that mean to you guys to get it done and send you guys to the finals?
Yeah, that's a big moment. This team is special because no one really cares who steps up and gets that big hit or that big play. And I can say that honestly. I think that this team just wants to compete and play all 9. We knew we had to play a complete game to beat those guys tonight, and some guys stepped up when we needed them.
Ethan, a long time ago, it seemed like it was forever ago, Mason pitched a phenomenal game to keep you guys in it. What can you say about the poise that he had to protect that 1-0 lead?
Yeah, he's a mature kid. He's pitched a lot in his career already here, and I knew that he was going to give us a quality start. He's always done that for us. Whether he doesn't start off like he wants to, he's going to bounce back, or he comes out pitching well. We're always leaning on him, and he comes up in those big moments for us. So the guys trust him a lot, and he came up for us today.
Chris.
Ethan, can you discuss that play where the infield's in, ball comes to you, not your glove hand side, and you throw a strike to home? What's going through your head there?
We trained that so much, back at Vandy, so I just didn't want to rush the play, just trust myself and make a good throw. In those moments, you try not to do too much, and you don't panic, and you just make a good play. So.
Okay, any more questions for the student athletes? Guys, we'll see you Monday night. Okay, thank you. That'll clear out. Okay, open up for questions for Coach Corbin. Joe.
Joe Healy, Baseball America. Just more broadly, Tim, what can you say about the effort you've got on the mound from all your guys this week? It seems like they've really been able to set the tone for you and keep the other team at bay, give your offense time to get to work.
Yes, they have. I mean, they've followed each other very well. Drake certainly in the first game against Louisville, he was coming off a couple starts that weren't Drake-like, but I thought he centered himself very well and pitched extremely well. And Kumar, yeah, I thought that outing was outstanding, just to come into that environment for the first time. And tonight Mason did everything that he could to just to keep us in the game, and he did. He left with a 0 on the scoreboard, so he gave us a chance to win, and he's been very consistent too. I mean, that's the word I would use with all of them.
Tim, along the lines of what I had asked Pat about the words back and forth in the 8th inning, do you think he was basically saying that they needed to control their emotions? Is that what's important there in an emotional ending?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about that before the game started. I thought it would get to that point at some time, and I thought the most important thing was containing emotions and containing adrenaline at certain points. And I felt that it could happen. I knew at some point they would land a punch, and it was going to be a matter of how we responded. And I thought the guys did a nice job. You can't play this game angry. You just can't. You have to contain your emotions. You have to breathe, and you have to center yourself in order to deliver a pitch or get the barrel to the ball. And Ethan did that. That was a huge at-bat, but Ethan has been a part of a lot of big at-bats at Vanderbilt.
Aaron.
Coach, there's a lot of talk about how explosive your offense is, but this is a game that, you're kind of held at bay for 8 innings, and then you get that chance to kind of break through in the 9th. What do you think it says about just how difficult it is to hold this offense down all the way through the game? And in some ways, is it almost more impressive that these guys were able to rally late at the end when they've been shut down all game?
Yes, because of the frustration that exists throughout a game when that typically doesn't happen, but you have to give all the credit to Luke Smith. I mean, they put everything on that kid's shoulders tonight, and he pitched into the 9th inning and gave them a chance to win that ball game. And he was landing pitches. When he was behind in the count, he was landing changeups and breaking balls. I mean, that kid did such a quality job of containing us, and it's not easy to do. I've seen this team for a long period of time right now. You have to really concentrate for 9 hitters. So I give the credit to him, and they played good defense behind him as well.
Okay, right here.
Yeah, John Peters, College of Baseball Nation. Now that you've locked your spot up in the finals, what are some of your initial thoughts on facing off against Michigan?
I don't have thoughts right now about that. I mean, after Eric completed that win today, I was very happy for him. I mean, it goes without saying. I mean, we spent a lot of time together. Our families spend a lot of time together. But I think, right now I just want to enjoy this win tonight and focus on the kids and the ability just to decompress and take a breath. Them, us, everyone. That was an emotional game in so many different ways. It's tough to end a season that way. In Dan's regard, he's going to coach a bunch of our kids this summer, and he's such a good guy. But from our vantage point, just to kind of wind down a little bit, and thank goodness you don't have to play tomorrow.
Okay, Matt.
Tim, Tyler Brown shuts the door again. I think you broke the school record for single season saves tonight. Can you just talk about what it's like to have a guy you can really lean on in big pressure situations like tonight?
He contains his emotions unlike anyone I've ever seen before in terms of that I've coached, at least at Vanderbilt, in terms of getting the ball. Those saves, I understand what the statistic save means, but his saves are critical. If you go back and look at the nature of each one of those, his ability to focus and his ability to execute and his ability to stay in his lane and not get outside of himself is admirable. That's a wrestler. That's a dad. And he's still a sophomore in college. He doesn't look like one, but he still is. He's still 19 years old, 20 years old. But his ability to contain his emotions is elite, extreme. It's extremely good.
Okay, Chris.
Tim, to that a little bit, could you just speak to the 9th inning? You have the game on the line. You've got Tyler out there. You get the tough break. Harrison makes the great play to end it. Just how did that look from the dugout?
Geez, I don't know. He got a good burst on the ball. It was a hell of a play. I mean, you got a ball that just shot up about 12 feet in the air, and it's in between the pitcher and the second baseman. I mean, when he caught the ball, I thought it was just such an outstanding play right there. Ethan's was great early in the game, but, you make a good pitch, and there were some bizarre happenings tonight. I mean, it was just one of those games. Ball hits the bag, comebacker that wasn't handled, that rolls past Ethan, goes into left field. I mean, it was just kind of a different game. But I've seen balls hit the bags here in Omaha before. That's how we lost in 2015. That's not much fun. But my mind didn't go there. I felt like Tyler could contain that inning.
Okay, Adam.
Tim, we've asked you a lot of things about your balance in your lineup, and there's no one best player. There's many best players. Does that come in most useful in games like this? It's close to have that balance across the lineup where the pressure is shared among the whole lineup.
I believe so, because I never, as I tell the kids, I never look at our lineup and go, "This is the leadoff guy." I just look at, we have to line 9 guys up, and we have a lot of just have a lot of confidence in each kid in their skill set. What I have the most confidence in is their ability to understand their skill set and not go outside of that. But Smith did a nice job of frustrating enough to where we did leave that skill set. We couldn't get to the backside of the field consistently, and because of that, balls were left in the air and balls were left on the ground in places that they could field and defend.
Okay, any more questions for Tim? We'll have another shot at you on Sunday morning,
Great.
11 o'clock.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thanks, Bill. Yeah.
Huh?